Hi everyone, this is the third video of the series. I will provide the link for the playlist in the description. Therefore, you can watch the previous videos. In this video, we will be focusing on reading part of IELTS. In this section, we have these types of questions. We will look into each model in detail. So, this information is also available in the IELTS official website. Now, let's start with multiple choice. Pause the video, read the passage, and try answering this question. I hope you attempted the question. Before trying to attempt and solve this question, an important note is always read the question first. So whatever the questions that are provided in the section, always go through the questions first and then proceed with the passage. So in here, we need to select the right answer. In the question, it is explicitly mentioned that paragraph A. So question is, what is one benefit of urban green spaces mentioned in paragraph A? Therefore, you don't need to read the entire passage. All you need to focus on is just paragraph A. And if you do that, you'll get the answer for this question. Always read the questions first. It will save a lot of time. In a lot of situations where you have 8 to 10 paragraphs of passage and all the questions are focused on only 3 or 2 paragraphs and you don't need to read the entire passage. Therefore, always read the questions first. And also, if you are starting by reading the passage first, then when you are attempting the questions, you need to go back to the passage again to check your answers where they are, to find your answers. But when you start the other way around, you start reading the questions, and then if you proceed to read the passage, you will find the answers in the first go. Whenever you are reading the passage for the first time, you will come across the answers for your questions. It saves a lot of time. As you can see here, the answer for this question, the benefit of urban green spaces, is as highlighted. That is reduce stress. Now we are proceeding to the next model of questions. That is identifying information. So in this, is it like this is like a multiple choice question? Again, is it true, false, or not given? So the meaning of these options are, if the point or fact that is given here is in the passage and it is true, then you mark it as true. You will mark the fact as false when there is a statement which is contradicting the fact given here. In those cases, we'll mark it as false. And when the statement given here is not at all present in the passage and it is irrelevant, in those cases you mark it as not given. Now read the passage, read the questions, and then try attempting them. I hope you attempted the questions. Let's look into the answers. First fact given is, urban green spaces are mainly designed for tourists. So the answer is false. Why? These areas are actually focused on residents, meaning there is a contradicting statement for this question given here. So this statement is saying it is designed for tourists, but it's wrong. It is designed for residents. So there is a contradicting statement, therefore we mark it as false. The second question, trees help reduce air pollution in cities. The same statement is given in the paragraph B, so we mark it as true. Let's say, imagine a question. Industrialization is causing the air pollution. The correct answer for this question is not given because there is no mention of industrialization or anything related to that pollution in this entire passage. So in those cases, you don't answer it true or false. It is not given. It is irrelevant to the passage that is given here. Okay, we are moving forward to the next model of the question. This is identifying writer's views. So the statements are given. You need to identify whether the statements are yes, no, or not given. It's kind of similar to the previous model of question. Now go through these questions, try attempting the passage. We will look into the answers now. The first question, the writer believes green spaces are unnecessary in modern cities. This statement is exactly the opposite of the views that are expressed in this passage. So in the entire passage, you are focusing on developing green spaces and focusing with they are necessary in the modern cities. But this statement is quite opposite. So this has to be no. And the second question, the writer suggests that green spaces provide long-term benefits, which is true, which is available in paragraph D as highlighted. So this answer is yes. Now we'll proceed to the next slide. In this model of question, we have to match the information provided. So the meaning, a statement is given. You need to match the statement, the information that is given in the statement belongs to which paragraph. Um, it's like the first question mentioned difficulties in developing urban green areas. So in which passage, in which paragraph in the entire passage, there is an explanation provided for these statements. The difficulties in developing urban green areas. In which paragraph does it have this information? You need to match that paragraph to this statement. So now try attempting these questions. We will proceed to the solutions now. So the difficulties related to the urban green areas is mentioned in paragraph C. Uh, if you read the paragraph C, you can see creating and maintaining green spaces is challenging because of the limited land availability in urban areas and high costs. So all those difficulties and their alternative solutions are provided in paragraph C. And the second question, describe environmental advantages of greenery. So it is clearly mentioned they want environmental advantages. So that is described in paragraph B. As they mentioned, the environmental advantages are it reduces air pollution and harmful gases and produces oxygen and also reduces the city temperatures. So the answer is paragraph B. But if they mention benefits to people, then the answer will be paragraph D. So in this, the benefits for common people, such as improving overall well-being of people, etc., are mentioned in paragraph D. We'll proceed to the next model of questions. Matching headings. So there are A, B, C, D, four paragraphs in this passage. And if you, now you have to give a title or heading for each paragraph here. Okay, paragraph A needs some title, paragraph B needs some title, and so on. So these are the titles that are already provided. Now you need to just match these headings to their respective paragraphs. So there are only three questions here for you: A, B, and C. Meaning, what must be the title for paragraph A? What is the title for paragraph B? And what is the title for paragraph C? These are the options. Now try attempting these questions. We will look into the answers now. Paragraph A, the title has to be option 2, that is social and health benefits for city residents. If you read the paragraph, it is mentioned this all these green urban spaces will help in recreation, relaxation, social interaction, and also helps in mental health. So those are social and health benefits for city residents. Therefore, paragraph A has to be titled as option 2. Now, paragraph B. The answer is environmental contributions of green spaces. So the environmental contributions are it reduces air pollution and reduces city temperatures. So the title of paragraph B has to be option 1 here. And now the title for paragraph C. What is it? Financial challenges of urban planning. It is mentioned due to the limited land availability and high costs. So it is explaining the financial challenges of developing green spaces in urban areas. So the title has to be option 3, financial challenges. Now we will proceed to the next model of questions. In this, after reading the passage, you need to match these options. So first question is helps absorb harmful gases. Which will help in absorbing harmful gases? Parks, trees, or roofland gardens? And second question and third question. Try attempting these questions and then we will look into the answers. I hope you attempted all these questions 1, 2, and 3. Now we will look into the answers. First question helps absorb harmful gases. What will help in absorbing harmful gases? The answer is trees. Provides recreational areas. So the parks provides the recreational areas. So that is option A. Used when land availability is limited. So there are few alternative solutions that are provided in paragraph C, and one of those is rooftop gardens are used when the land availability is limited to develop green spaces. We will proceed with the next model of questions. Matching the sentence endings. So there is a sentence given which is incomplete. Urban green spaces improve mental health by it is incomplete. So which one is the correct answer? A, B, C, or D? Which one is the right one? Try attempting this question and then we'll look into the answers. We will look into the answers now. The answer is reducing stress. The question urban green space improve mental health by. So the answer is in paragraph A, which clearly mentions that access to green space can reduce stress and improve mental health. So this is the answer because only one of these uh, options are given here, reduce stress and improve mental health. There is no such option as mental health. So we can go for reducing stress. We'll go to the next model of questions. Sentence completion. Trees help reduce the dash effect in the cities. It's important that you pay attention to the word limit that is given in the heading. You're not supposed to use more than 3 words. So you can use 1 or 2 or 3 words. These are your options. You cannot go for more than 3 words here. Pause the video, try attempting this question. We'll look into the answers now. The answer is available in paragraph B, which mentions that the trees will help in reducing the urban heat island effect in cities. So these are 3 words: urban heat island. We'll proceed to the next model of question. In summary completion, this is a new model. Again, pay attention to the word limits that are provided in the heading. Now read the question. Urban green spaces improve both mental health and environmental quality. They reduce air pollution and help lower dash temperatures. Now we need to fill this blank with no more than 2 words. Pause the video and try attempting this question. This is the answer. One word: city. So the answer for this question is given in paragraph, which is highlighted here. The urban green spaces help in lowering the city temperatures. Now we will proceed with next model of questions. These are question and answer type, wherein you have to type in your answers in an exam. Again, pay attention to the word limit that is given in the question. Cannot use more than 2 words here. The first question is, what absorbs harmful gases in cities? Second question, who recognizes long-term benefits of green spaces? Pause the video and try attempting these questions. We will look into the solutions now. The answer for the first question, what absorbs harmful gas in the cities? The answer is trees. The answer for this is available in paragraph B. Trees and plants help in reducing air pollution and absorbing harmful gases. The trees is the answer. And the second question, who recognizes the long-term benefits of green spaces? The answer is in paragraph D. Governments and local authorities increasingly recognize the long-term benefits of investing in urban greenery. The problem here is, if you write governments and local authorities as an answer, that will be 4 words. Governments 1, and is also considered as a word. 2, local 3, and authorities 4. That's a total of 4 words. Governments and local authorities, and yeah, this is total of 4 words. But the limit of the words that is given in the heading is only 2. You cannot use any more than 2 words. Therefore, your answer, if you write this will be wrong. You're not supposed to use 4 words when the question is asking for only 2 words. Your answer has to be either just governments or just local authorities. Any of these answers, any of these governments or local authorities will be correct. You can use any of this, but you cannot use the combination of both. This will be wrong just because of the word limit provided in the question. Not that your answer is wrong, but it is contradicting what the question is asking for. So that's where your answer will go wrong. So be careful with the word limits. We'll proceed with the next model of questions now. This is diagram label completion. This is a little tricky. This type of questions are a bit tricky. So this is how you need to approach this question. Understand the diagram first, how many questions are there, and then proceed to read the passage. In the entire reading section, always go through the questions first and then read the passage. Here there are three questions that are asked: 6, 7 and 8. These are the available options that are given for you. You have to read the passage and pick the right choice for three questions. Pause the video, try attempting these questions. We will look into the solutions now. The answer for option 6 is South African, which is given here. South African beetles dig narrow tunnels approximately 20 centimeters below the surface height. The answer for 7th is French. Some large, which is highlighted in yellow here. The large species originating from France excavate tunnels to a depth of approximately 30 centimeters below the dung path. This is 7. The answer is France. The answer for 8th option is 8, which is highlighted in blue here. The shallowest tunnels. So the 8th one is the shallowest tunnel, right? The shallowest tunnel belong to the Spanish species. And the largest tunnel is belonging to France because that's the highest given here, 30 centimeters. So 30 centimeters is the highest depth in the entire passage. And the next to 30 centimeters, that is 20 centimeters, belongs to South African. And the shallowest, the smallest, belongs to Spanish. Again, as I mentioned already earlier, always go through the questions first and then proceed with the passage reading. If you did not read the question and you started reading the passage, you'll spend time in reading passage 1, passage 2 and also passage 3. But if you do the other way around, you read the questions first and then now you're reading the passage, you'll get your answers in the second passage itself. You don't have to read the third passage. That saves time. Now we'll move to the next section. This is the last model of reading, that is flowchart or table completion. The process is explained in text format like a passage, and it is now converted into a flowchart or a table sometimes. And now you need to read the passage, understand everything, and complete this flowchart. So these are the questions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pause the video and try attempting these questions. And also pay attention to the word limits here, no more than 2 words. We will look into the solutions now. The bottom part is detached from the upper basin by dash. This is the first question. So the bottom part is detached by unscrewing it. So I highlighted in yellow this sentence gives the first answer. The second question: when filling water in the bottom part, ensure the level does not exceed the lower portion of the valve. So the answer for the second question is highlighted in blue here. Third question: add 1.5 tablespoons of dash coffee to the basket. The answer is finely ground. As the water boils, the valve releases the air from the chamber. This here. And the last question, percolated, percolated coffee enters the upper basin through. The answer is spout, which is highlighted as here. So these are the answers for these questions. So this is the last model of the questions of reading section. Now we covered all the models that I mentioned in the previous slide. Now we will go to the next section. These are some important tips so that you won't commit silly mistakes and lose your marks in the examination. Similar to the listening section. Okay, similar to the listening section, questions typically follow the linear progression, meaning usually the answer for the first 1 2 questions will be in the paragraph number 1, not in paragraph number 3 or 4 in most of the scenarios. Not all, but at least 95% of the times you will find answers for the first 2 questions in paragraph 1 and 2, paragraph A and B, in the first 2 paragraphs. So the order is important. The second question, allocating equal time for each section. That's a big mistake, especially if you did not practice enough number of mock tests. There is a danger of committing this mistake. There are multiple sections in the reading, like section 1, 2 and 3. So the sections are in increasing difficulty. Section 1 is very easy. Section 2 is just little difficult. And section 3 is very difficult. There is an increasing order of difficulty. Now if you allocate your 60 minutes of time equally among these 3 sections, that is 20 minutes each, you will not have enough time to attempt all the questions in section number 3. So don't divide the time equally among the sections, divide them in terms of their difficulty. So ideally you should attempt your first section in 10 to 12 minutes and section 2 in 10 to 15 minutes, and then whatever the remaining time in the section number 3. Don't divide your time equally among the sections. So this is the, in fact, most important point among all. Always review all the questions first. Read the questions first and then read the passage. Review all the questions before reading the passage. Always questions first. So this approach will help you identify where to look for answers. Other than Rather than reading just all the entire paragraph, all the paragraphs in the passage, you will figure out in which paragraph will find the answers for these questions. It will save time. So if you follow the approach that I mentioned, reading the questions first and then the passage, you will make use of this point. Don't try to understand each sentence and paragraph. What I mean by that, imagine you have paragraph A, paragraph B, and paragraph C, and you have 2 questions, and you did not read the questions, and you started with reading the passages. Okay, now you spend 2 minutes in reading passage A, 3 minutes in reading passage B, sorry, paragraph B, and 4 minutes reading paragraph C. And when you come to these questions, and for the surprise, both question 1 and question 2 are from paragraph A. Therefore, you wasted some time unnecessarily reading and understanding paragraph B and C, which is useless. Therefore, if you read the questions first and then go for passage, You will save time reading unnecessary paragraphs and wasting time understanding those things, which will not give you any points. So this is what this point is explaining. Don't try to understand each sentence and paragraph unless necessary, unless important. You don't need to read everything that is given. Only read which are important and which are relevant to the questions asked. And the second point, don't search for direct answers. 90% or even 95% of the cases, you will not find direct answers. Don't try to match the sentences from question to the paragraph that is given. No, you will not find direct answers. You need to read them, understand them, and then you can answer these questions. And when you're giving an online computer based IELTS test, this point is very, very important. That is, making use of the tools such as highlighters and note taking for attempting the reading section. There is options to highlight important points, and if you want to take some notes, you can also do that for your passages, for your reading section. And how to use the tools, those are available as YouTube videos in IELTS official YouTube channel. So you need to learn all these tools in and out. It has to be practiced thoroughly before you actually attempt your real exam. During your mock test, try to utilize them as much as possible. If you want to learn about the tools and how to use them, you can go through this YouTube playlist that is available in the IELTS official channel, YouTube channel. The link for this YouTube playlist will be provided in the description. So this is a reading test tutorial video. There is just 2 minutes of video. You can watch it and learn how to use the highlighting and the note taking features in the IELTS official website. And the playlist is less than 10 minutes, so I would recommend go through all the videos so that you get familiar with the interface of the actual examination. So this is all for this video, and in the next video we'll discuss about the remaining sections, that is writing and speaking. Thank you.